I stared at the word processor with disdain. The flashing cursor on the blank page seemed to patronize me. 2 hours had passed since I sat down to write, and I didn't have a single word written. I argued my way out of any idea that came to mind. Nothing felt right. It didn't help that my publishing house was breathing down my neck for the next bestseller. Becoming a published author was a dream come true. Not a moment passed when I second-guessed my path. I reached high levels of success while only in my mid-30s and married a wonderful woman named Lily. Indeed, I couldn't ask for much else to be happy. Though, something I realized that many creators do not discuss is the inevitable valleys that come with the peaks of success. The greater the highs, the deeper the lows. Or so it seemed. Because my last 2 books were considered overnight successes, the stakes for my next piece of work were much higher. I needed to outdo myself and everything I'd ever created. The next book had to be even more riveting than its predecessors. But there I was, slumped at my desk and daydreaming out the bay window of my flat. I scanned the skyline, watching birds flock west toward the setting sun. The evening was on the cusp of night, and I hoped the darkness would be one less distraction. Lily was out of town, and having the flat to myself made the need for productivity even more imminent. Something caught my eye in the building across from mine. I swore I saw a flash of movement in the matching bay window reflected from mine. I stared into the building for proof I wasn't imagining things. I knew the apartment had been vacant for years. I'd seen movement in it before, within the same window pane. It looked like the outline of a woman. I recall that it disturbed me to the point where I lost sleep over the racing theories, the constant nagging thoughts of who was in there and why. Lily begged me to give it a rest, but I couldn't. I even made several phone calls confirming that the apartment was uninhabited. I informed each person I spoke with that someone had found their way inside and the space needed to be inspected. Each of them sounded indifferent about my babbling speculations, and I never received an update. I wrote and then rewrote several lines on the screen before wiping the page clean. Then, I dropped my face into my hands and massaged my temples.